Welcome. Here we go. Are we recording? It didn't count down.
We're recording. Let's go.
It doesn't count down. Oh my gosh. I don't know what happened. Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Between the Notes podcast. You can see we're having a little bit of technical difficulty here, but Riverside FM is going to fix it.
I just call that
all
fun.
For
Come
us.
on.
What?
I said I just call that having fun. Come on.
Of course, having fun. But listen, I am so excited about today's episode. We have the wonderful Michelle DeYoung, my colleague here at IU, the first official of my colleagues to be on the podcast. And we're so excited to talk to her about her singing career and how she got into teaching and Castleton and all kind of great, wonderful things. So, Michelle, welcome to the show.
Thank you. It's so much fun to be here. Thank you for asking me.
Totally.
Absolutely.
So go ahead, Wes.
So why don't you get us start us a little bit? Like talk us through. You know, I think a lot of our younger singers, whether they're students there at IU or around the country, sort of tuning in, if they have any sense about them, they will be aware of who you are and your career. But I wonder if they're truly tuned in to how you got started. So can you talk a little bit about how you got started in singing and what that journey kind of looked like for you?
Yeah, sure. So I grew up in northern Colorado. My father's a minister, lived in a small town, and I have three older sisters. Three of us out of the four were very musical. I played tons of instruments. I was such a geek. I was like, that was fun for me. And I would, if they needed an oboe player, a violist or violet, whatever,
Wow.
I would learn it and then play it for the school orchestra, not knowing that was an odd thing to do. Played the piano, my whole life, and I've always was in the choirs and, having this enormously loud voice and huge range. So I would sing whatever part they wanted, high soprano, low alto, whatever.
I love it.
And that was just fun for me. And then I went to school in Grand Rapids, Michigan, which seemed very exotic at the time. But it's where my father actually went to seminary, and I was actually born there. So I went there not knowing what I was going to do, but I thought, well, the very least thing I'm going to do is find the man I'm going to marry and, have 6 kids. And so that was the plan. And
right.
I fell madly in love with this gorgeous pianist who was just he was an amazing pianist, and he was so interesting and so cool and gay. But didn't know that at the time, but that didn't happen. That didn't work out the way I had planned. But
were you going to undergrad for voice already, or was it music at all, or what?
I didn't know what I was going to do. I had no idea. Like two of my sisters are teachers, so I thought maybe that's what I would do. I just didn't know. I didn't know really the idea. I mean, it didn't occur to me you could have a career singing. That sounded so surreal and cool. Anyway, so I was in the choir, and the choir director, whose name is Anton Armstrong, he's at St. Olaf now.
Yeah.
And he had me do a solo, and he said, I think you should consider going into singing.
I love it.
So I was like, okay. So I started it. I mean, I just loved it. It was just, for me, that wasn't work. I loved it. It's like, give me more. I would do recitals, anything I could do. And I couldn't afford, it was a private college, which I could not afford after 2 years. So I transferred. In the meantime, my parents had moved to California, and transferred for a minute to San Francisco State, which switched their program to musical theater. And I knew that if I was going to be a singer, it would be classical or opera.
Right.
So I transferred to Cal State Northridge. And while I was going to school there, I was really, really lucky. They gave me lead roles in the operas every semester, and I did concerts with the orchestra and recitals. And
Great.
Yeah, it was really amazing. And I did the Met competition, and I won it when I was an undergrad. And they asked me to come to New York and be in the Young Artist program. So I actually left school.
Wow.
And did the Young Artist program, and was there for 3 years.
What year of your undergrad did you do the Met auditions?
Junior.
Woo-hoo.
Your junior year of undergrad.
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing.
Well, it was a transfer, so it was sort of junior plus.
Okay,
gotcha.
Okay, but still, I mean, yeah. I mean, two of the three of
I was a junior,
of us on
I was
here
a junior.
did that.
Well, but I have to say that I was not polished. I just
Yeah,
had this
neither was I. Yeah.
Well, see, and
enormous.
I was stupid. I thought that I needed to be super polished, so I waited until I was 30 to do the Met auditions. And they were like,
Wow,
"You're already
yeah.
out there working. What are you doing?" "No, we're fine." We're like, "We're good without you." I was like, "Oh, okay, great. Thanks so much."
Yeah.
So
Oh
yeah.
man.
Well, yeah, it was. I highly doubt that if I did it today, I would get through, because today it seems everybody has to be super duper polished in every way. But anyway, I did, and when I finished, I had agents and working, and then I like to add this part of the story, so that's why I'm fast forwarding. I did finish my degree
Good.
online after my career started going. CSUN let me finish everything online, and then yeah, and then so I got my Bachelor of Music, and then they gave me a honorary doctorate.
Nice.
That's
There you
very
go.
kind.
Yes,
Yeah, that's
ma'am.
great.
I love it.
So you started singing full time and traveling the world and doing all the things, and then at some point, as we all do, we get invited to do master classes, I assume.
Yeah, I would be in LA singing with the Phil or something, and UCLA or
USC?
USC. Oh,
Yeah.
my lands! I was going to say
That's okay.
UNC, which is in Colorado. USC or one of these schools, or CSUN would ask me to do a master class, or wherever I was. So I started doing lots of master classes, and yeah, so the students would often ask if I would teach them, and I'd say no, I travel too much. I can't have a
Right.
studio. Thinking, at the time, because we didn't do anything online at the time.
Right.
And then
Right.
COVID happened.
Sure.
And, as we all went through this, just watching incredible contracts just disappear.
Ugh. Yeah.
Then I said, well, I'll teach.
Yeah.
Studio, and I had a whole bunch of people that wanted to study with me. And then I was actually quite lucky during COVID. I did such bizarre things. I did a lot of concerts that orchestras did, like live video, or you know what I mean?
Oh,
They
right.
would
Streamed or yeah.
yeah, the stream. Sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, that's
They
fine.
would do this live stream. I did that in Philadelphia and Cincinnati, and I did a recording in Shanghai, and I actually got to do quite a bit of things, which was really fun.
Wow, yeah.
But then, while towards the end of COVID, IU lost 3 teachers at the same time, and they
wow.
needed to bring someone in, and I was one of the people that they were interested in coming for a year. And so I ended up getting the job for the year, and then I ended up getting a permanent job.
Yay.
Well,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Michelle's been so great.
The IU collection is that that's where I did my graduate school.
Yeah.
And of course now you guys are colleagues, so it's so great to know that the future generations of students are being in such great hands there, with such capable performers and teachers and all the things. So I hope you're enjoying. You've been there for 5 years now?
This was my 4th.
This is your 4th year. Okay, that's great.
And Michelle's just been so wonderful and warm, and everybody here at IU in the voice department, and the whole Jacob School of Music for that matter, has been super great. But we have a little taco supper club where we go around and have different tacos at different places. And
That
sometimes
sounds amazing.
I'm able to go, but I was able to go to one, and we had a blast. It was super duper fun. And
Well, we have one of our colleagues is from Mexico, and so I invited her out for dinner one time, and she said she'd like to get a good taco, and I was like, okay, let's search tacos, and so it's become this. So
That's awesome.
That's tacos of Bloomington.
Yeah, Paulina Villarreal is also a wonderful mezzo and colleague here, so I'm very honored that they let a tenor crash the mezzo parties.
Yeah.
Well,
and Michelle
speaking
did
of mezzos, I know that when I was teaching newly, when I started teaching, one of the things that let's say this, you can hear sometimes every once in a while, there'll be a singer that walks in and you're like, oh, you are definitely not a soprano, right? But there are so many voices that could be, like these high sufficient mezzos that can kind of sing sopranos or mezzo stuff. How do you go about listening to a singer like that and making a decision? Or do you sort of keep it open and allow them to sort of find their own way? Or what's your philosophy on that?
So when the student first comes to me, I really just believe in training them a good technique. I feel like let's give you, because I think you can easily have a singer that just hasn't figured out the top. and they
Sure.
consider themselves a mezzo because they can't sing high notes. And I'm like,
Right.
I'm a mezzo and I sing a high C. So that not being able to sing high notes is not a soprano. Do you know what I mean? It's not.
Right.
It has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
So
Absolutely.
yeah. So I always just start by working on the technique, fixing the technique, and then sort of seeing where it goes. I do think that my whole career, actually, there have been many people that are probably lyric sopranos, but go the lyric mezzo route because it's more in demand. So, I mean, you can hear from my speaking voice, I am not one of them.
Right. I was going to say, you were probably one of those singers when you walked into your teacher's studio. They're like, okay, Omneris, let's talk.
Yeah, exactly. But I think that's sort of that how. But the roles like Octavian and Componist and things like that. These
Sure.
and even all the Mozart mezzo roles, they're high.
Yeah.
They're like just slightly below a lyric soprano. So sometimes I think it has to do with personality. Sometimes I think it has to do with timbre. I do think some people just choose that.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's the comfortability in the tessitura that has to sort of decide whether or not is this where you want to live or somewhere else,
Right. Well, we had
I love visiting high. I love popping up and give me high C's, give me high B, but I don't want to stay there.
I was just about to say that we started off this year at IU with Act 1 of Valkyria. And yeah, the tessitura of that one sits. I mean, I guess it's one of those things that can be either a high mezzo but dramatic, and then or a soprano, right? Sieglinde, is that right? Or am I making that up?
Not really. Usually mezzos don't sing Sieglinde, but I'm really kind of a Sieglinde.
Okay, there you go. I didn't want to put my foot in my mouth, but there you. Okay, great. So yes, I mean, because I was just like, whoa. The tessitura.
So do you sing that entire role?
I have a few times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
It was great with Stuart Skelton, who's actually right over my shoulder.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see it in the big, but he's right over my shoulder there. After dinner, we went to Uptown Cafe here and had a lovely time with Arthur Fagan and Paulina, and it was just a great time. We had it was a wonderful, wonderful evening, and the dress was like, whoa. You have to tell everybody about that how you got that dress made for you and everything. We'll find a picture.
Yeah,
maybe we'll make that the thumbnail. We'll find a picture of you in that dress.
Yeah. It's such an incredible gown. It has it's all aqua silk and different colors of purple and blue chiffon.
Wow.
And it was made, the designer was the designer that did a Tristan I did with Francesca Zambello.
Okay.
And the designer designed it and had this connection with this maker in downtown New York, who made things for like Britney Spears and all these popular musicals and all these things, and he made the dress.
Wow.
And it's a work of art.
Yeah.
It's really gorgeous.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Yeah. It was stunning visually and the singing, of course, and it was so great. So yeah, so that's it's funny too, because we it occurred to me after I got this job and after I was here that I was like, I think Michelle DeYoung and I did a recital together for the George London Foundation at the Morgan Library back in the day. Not that long ago, but I mean, back in the day. And I was like, yes, I found it. I found it online. I was like, sure enough, it was us that we did it together. And so it was great to she had a wonderful dinner at her house with her sweet dog Tibbet, who's a standard poodle, right? Yeah, and Irene was there, and Paulina, and Michael, and Jane, and we just had a great time. And it was so wonderful and so welcoming, and great. But you also, now I was under the impression that Castleton was a summer program, so I am wrong. That takes place in January, correct?
Yeah, winter, right? Yeah.
Tell us about.
The reason is because the property is it was Lauren Mazel and Dietlinde Mazel bought all this property and have built these enormous houses and a theater and it's just incredible.
Yeah,
manor
it sounds
house.
amazing.
And during the summer, people rent houses and the manor house and everything for weddings.
Okay, there you
So
go.
that's why we do it in January.
Oh, right. Right. Well, I mean, I would assume that kind of subsidizes the whole rest of the year, right? What they do over the summer with the weddings and stuff.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I can't really answer to that.
Yeah, but I mean, it sounds like it would be awesome. Just really.
So can you
beautiful.
talk a little bit? You and Paul Groves run the program, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so talk a little bit about what type of program that is, what age group or level of singer, that's interested in maybe applying. What kind of people are you looking for?
Okay, well, I'll just give you a little background. It started during COVID. Paul and I went there and did a little concert at their little 50-seat theater with some strings, piano. It was beautiful. We did this really fun concert. And then he was driving me around in a golf cart and showing me all the property, which is just massive.
Wow. Yeah.
And I said to him, Paul, we should start a young artist program. Now, I will tell you that when you interview him, he is going to take credit for that sentence. And he's lying.
We'll set him straight. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Anyway, and so we're like, yes, we should do this, because Paul and I were very different in how we teach, but we kind of have the same goal vocally. And so it goes very well together. So we go for 2 weeks. The first week is set up for song, and we do a recital at the end of the week. And the second week is set up for scenes, and we do another performance at the end of the week that we stage them.
Nice.
Yeah, and then Linda teaches German diction and also teaches acting, because she was a very famous German actress before she married Lauren Mazel. And so she teaches acting, which is amazing.
Wow.
And it's Paul and I both teach, and so someone will go to my room one day and his room one day, and they all study with both of us. And then we have about 15 to 20 singers, depending on who we pick, and then usually 3 or 4 pianists that do the program.
Right.
And the level is really like pre-professional. It's it's people doing, out there doing auditions, maybe even getting roles and stuff. And it's just sort of like 2 weeks of polishing.
So people who are already done with graduate school?
No, actually last year we had a senior.
Okay.
He was fantastic. He was fantastic. Okay. But yeah, it's not really like, we won't say no to a certain age. We had, I can't remember how old she was, 20-year-old, I think, or 21-year-old. It just depends on the level of talent, the level of where they are, level they are.
And how many singers typically apply for there each year for 15 to 20 spots? Probably a lot, I'm sure. 150
to 200.
Yeah. Right.
Wow.
That's
a lot of
sifting.
You have to pay to be a part of?
No.
Well, that's
okay.
Great.
So once you get in, everything's paid.
Yeah, because I didn't have money growing up. My dad's a minister, so we didn't have a lot of money. And I was just given so many opportunities. I mean, even for the Met competition, opera buffs bought my gown. I couldn't afford a gown.
Oh, wow, yeah. Oh,
so, I mean, I was just so taken care of. And that I said that I really pushed for that. And so it's difficult because we have to find funding. And Paul is, if you guys know Paul Groves, he's better at it than I am. But that's a difficult part of it. So all they have to pay for is the audition and their flight. They have to pay for a flight to get there.
Sure. Yeah.
I know. I guess the houses that are on campus are where everyone stays, I guess.
Yeah, it's not even a campus. It's literally you just drive through the countryside, and there's a house over there, and there's a house over there, and there's a house over there.
Nice. Okay.
We'll take one of the big houses, and all the guys will go there, and one of the big houses, and all the girls will go there, and one of the houses all the teachers are at, and which is really fun. And then off the manor house she has a spa, and it has a steam room and a sauna and a ice tub and a big pool and a jacuzzi. And
are you looking for any more faculty there, Michelle?
Yeah. I'm not kidding you guys. It's so fun. And each house has a jacuzzi. And
I'll just be like the
and we
cook.
work so hard, and they work so hard. But we have a great time every time. And
that sounds amazing.
Everybody so much. So it's exciting.
And where is it exactly?
It's in Virginia. It's about a little less than 2 hours from Dulles.
Okay. Yeah. Great.
That's awesome.
Great. Okay. So we've done Castleton, we've done IU, we've talked about mezzos and kind of teaching them. What are some things about Michelle DeYoung that you want people to know that we might not know?
My favorite thing to do is deep sea fish.
Well, that's
Really?
why Paul
Well, there
and
you and Paul are right there
you
together,
and Paul are,
right?
yeah. That's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we've got a lot
When did you
together.
first go? When did you first go deep sea fishing?
When I was a little girl.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
My dad comes from a big family. He had 12 siblings, and his brothers and he would. I know it's a huge family. His brothers and he would go deep sea fishing in LA. My parents are actually from Holland, and when they came over, they settled in LA and actually met in LA. So most of my family is in that area now.
Okay.
And so we would go deep sea fishing, like charter
Yeah.
boat.
Sure. Sure.
I've done it since I was a little girl, and I've done it like in Alaska, and I've done it in
Wow.
where is it? I can't think of where it is. I think Maine, and of course a lot with Paul in
Sure.
Louisiana, and it's amazing. I love it.
Oh,
That's
super
awesome.
fun.
When I was a little boy, my dad used to take me out. We lived in Houston, and so we'd go out to Galveston, and we'd do those chartered boats off the coast in the Gulf. Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, you go really early. I'm not a morning person, but I love going for two reasons. I love getting up early. I love getting up early to go fishing, and I love it for road trips. I get up really early for road trips. I just love it when the sun comes up.
Something about watching the sunrise when you're out on the water. It's unbelievably beautiful.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
So spiritual in some ways.
Yeah, I'm getting ready to do that. Yeah, when I'm out of here on Friday or Saturday, I'm just going to be like, all right, here we go. I'm going to try and do the whole 12 and a half hours in one day, which, it's a lot, but I've done it before. But it's been a while since I've gotten to see and hug my girls and pet my puppy dog and just kind of sit back and relax. So, but it's been a really fun first year here. We just, as I said, they had with the music ed juries for some of my freshmen, and one of the guys texted me and said, "We're going to Mother Bear's to celebrate, blah, 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 blah. Stop by and have a breadstick or something." So I went and dropped off my stuff in the car, and I stopped by and had. But it is wonderful. I mean, I guess you have the same load, like 18 students or something like that, more or less, Michelle?
I have 19, but 19. It's it's just because someone begged to come in. So
yeah. It's just I personally, I mean, I've taught kind of like what you were doing, music master classes, and I would work with people in young artist programs and stuff in different places. And then I was teaching at Westminster, but I'd never had to keep 18, 19 students repertoire and jury requirements and all this stuff straight before, and I just was like, whoa. So I got my little notebook here, like, okay, who's doing what? There were little stars next to the thing that they want to do for their juries. And I'm kind of finding, my own little formula, strategy system, to kind of keep things set. But it's a lot. And then you're doing it and you're traveling and singing. So it's like, I don't know how you can keep it straight. Is it Zoom lessons or I know you brought Paul in once to help cover a longer stint.
We're not supposed to do that many Zoom lessons. We're only allowed a couple.
I didn't.
I usually don't actually. I will do Zoom lessons if people really need me while I'm out of town.
Yeah.
But they really want live lessons.
Sure.
So I either do, believe it or not, 2 lessons a week.
For 19 students?
Yeah. This is why it's hard to schedule me for taco night.
Right. That's okay. That's okay. Oh my gosh.
And then sometimes I had Paul come in for a week last semester, and this semester Jill Grove came for a week. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Super fun. Russell has people come in from time to time. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do. And I mean, as long as you have an administration that is supportive of you continuing your outside performing career and are able to easily vet the people that you want to bring in, it usually works out really well.
They they encourage it. And, for instance, when I go up for tenure, I'll go up on my singing, which helps that I'm still singing. But they do, and they like that I'm still singing.
Right.
And they've not said no to people, but I'm very, very picky who I bring in. It is going to be someone that, this is just my thing, but I want it to be someone that really is going to teach a similar technique and have my singers go along the same path.
100%.
It's confusing, I think.
Yeah. I mean, that's the worst thing is when you bring somebody in that you know, but you don't know they're teaching, and then you get back and they're like, they were talking about how I'm supposed to, and you're like, whoa, no, sorry. I didn't mean-"
I know.
Right.
Kids like they do these summer programs, and then they come and have a lesson, and you're like, "What are
Wow.
you doing?
Yeah.
What
Right.
happened?"
What just happened?
Yeah, absolutely.
So speaking of your
Absolutely.
singing, what are some of the projects that you have coming up that you're excited about?
Well, last week I actually went to Opera Omaha. It was a joint thing between Opera and Symphony of Omaha, and we did Bluebeard, which was fun. And
That's
next
with
week,
Ryan, right? Ryan McKinney?
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I bet that was awesome.
And then next week, I go to Minneapolis to do the same thing, except not with Ryan. To do Bluebeard in Minneapolis, also semi-stage. So that's kind of fun. And
That's
then
great.
I go back to Colorado, Tibby and I driving, boom, boom, boom.
Yay.
And I started an orchestra because I just don't have enough to do. And
You got so bored with your 9 other jobs that you decided to start an orchestra. That's amazing.
I got divorced and just started like doing everything else, fill every minute of the day. So I did, and I have a concert with my group, 2 concerts.
What is the
and
group
then
called?
Ensemble Charité. Oh, you guys are gonna think I'm ridiculous because it's called Ensemble Charité because all of our ticket sales go to charities.
Oh,
That's amazing, though.
great.
So much. We make no money. So again, we are completely dependent on people giving us money in order for me to pay the orchestra. You know, because we try to pay them like what the going rate is, if either at Denver or Lafayette, which is where
Right.
we usually do performances. And then so this year, it's usually to like maybe the Denver Rescue Mission. In fact, the Denver Rescue Mission is the one that we're doing coming up. They're one of our charities. And
That's
then
wonderful.
the one in Lafayette is it's called I think Sister Carmine. I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of it. And they are amazing and take care of, homeless people and poor people and things like that. So I don't know, I love it. It's crazy. It's a lot of work, but
And you go
I
out
love
for
it.
the
And I got
summer,
my
or you
best
guys? How
friend on
many
board.
concerts do you guys have like each year?
We did more when I lived in Colorado.
Yeah, sure.
It's a little bit harder now that I'm at IU, but so we'll do 2, and then we'll do 2 in the fall.
Great. Yeah.
That's great,
Yeah.
though.
Yeah, it's kind of
Very
fun.
exciting.
Awesome.
And then after that, I go to Verbier, Switzerland. Have either of you been there?
No, but I would
I've never
love
been to
to go
Verbier.
there. Yeah.
I am so excited because I've never been there, and it looks
Yeah.
so beautiful.
The festival
so
is
I go there
wonderful,
for a
yeah.
week. Yeah, and
Is
I'm
that
doing
to
the
teach or to sing?
no to sing. I'm doing the opening concert with Esa-Pekka Salonen. And I don't know why I put a question mark. Esa-Pekka Salonen? Esa-Pekka Salonen.
I think that's who.
I think that's his name.
Right.
Yeah, I'm doing the immolation scene with him.
Right.
so
Yeah, but you
nice.
did not that long ago, right? Didn't you?
I did
You
it
kind of
at
try it out
IU.
here at IU, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's so cool.
So that will be fun.
Awesome.
Well, you're staying
Awesome.
busy.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to do.
Yeah, a little too busy.
But then your vacations seem justified. You're like, okay, well, I got a
take
lot
no
accomplished.
vacation. There is no vacation.
vacations. Well,
No.
Verbier, deep sea fishing in Alaska. It sounds like at least a good day or so of relaxing.
That was like 8 years ago. No, I'm not complaining. I'm very thankful.
Yeah. Well,
That's
we can't
awesome.
thank you enough for joining us. It's been super fun.
Yeah.
And if anybody wants, has questions for Michelle or anything, we'll put her, kind of like
Yeah, we'll
socials
link
and stuff.
Castleton, and we'll link the Orchestra Charité, and we'll put that in the description. But thank you so much for spending some time with us and letting our audience get to know you a little bit better. And I hope you have a great
Go
rest
Hoosiers!
of your
Go Hoosiers!
Go Hoosiers! And I hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Michelle.
absolutely.
Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
Thanks for joining us on Between the Notes. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
And join us next week for more behind-the-scenes stories, laughs, and operatic gold coming your way.